No. I told you we were not going after that acquisition. No. Listen, you tell Bob if he has a fucking problem with it, he can call me directly. Until then, the answer is fucking no. I cannot do this with him. As a matter of fact, you know what? There is no answer. He's fired. Oh. Hey. Pink ladies, T-birds. Just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmi Pynk, and this is episode 10, season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race. And good help is so fucking hard to find. Anywho, the look goes as follows. So today's episode is the glitter ball. Okay? And it's supposed to be all this dripping in jewels, eleganza. I don't have anything dripping in fucking jewels. I had initially thought that I was going to do part of the review in the Banji Girl look, part of it in the executive realness, and part of it in whatever the fuck I wanted to wear for dripping in jewels, eleganza. However, my tablet has not been repaired yet because that requires me to send it in, and I just be having too many videos to do that. Excuse the hairline on this wig. This is really supposed to be a half wig, not an actual wig, but I decided to just stick with the executive realness look. And if you will excuse me, yeah, you see how often I wear a goddamn business suit. That motherfucker is a little bit snug, so I might unzip that a little bit and talk to y'all about this episode. So, we start this episode with one of the only mini challenges that ever makes me smile, which is the puppet challenge. Everybody loves puppets. This was a weak year for this. I'm starting to remember why I stopped reviewing Drag Race in season 6. Because now that I'm getting to these ending episodes, I've just like had it fucking officially, you know? This shit, whatever. So, it's cool. BenDeLaCreme wins. She got Bianca. She did a great job. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, which is the glitter ball, because we got 3 different runway looks to go over. So, category 1 is Banji Girl Realness. Part of another reason why I didn't do that is because Banji Girl Realness for me is just what I dress like on a regular basis. So, category 2, Platinum Card Executive Realness. And category 3 is Dripping in Jewels Eleganza. So let's first start off by my confusion. This ain't the first time we've seen a ball episode, correct? Right. Is it just me, or wasn't the whole ball episode was supposed to be based on whatever category you're given? The very first ball that we seen was the absolute ball where you had mango, citron, they all had a different color. I remember the dog ball where they all had a different dog. I remember the sugar ball, not so much. But they were assigned basically colors. At the beginning when they did their production number, they each had their color band around their waist. Why didn't everybody have the same color throughout? The only person who arguably did was BenDeLaCreme. And I just think that's just because she just has a shit ton of pink to begin with. And she was the one that assigned the color. So, of course, she assigned herself pink. So, I ain't mad at you, Rose Quartz. Shout out to Steven Universe. But anyway, so let's go over. We're going to do it by person instead of by category. So, BenDeLaCreme, like I said, Rose Quartz. So, she had the Banji Girl look. I wasn't 100% behind her Banji Girl look. However, I can definitely see that the critiques was like, we didn't get the big tulle jacket. Are you fucking kidding me? That is Little Kim the House Down boots. Okay, the execution, you just had on some hot pants and a bra, and that That was more hoochified than anything. But I could have seen that being a little Kim throwback. If she would have said that, I think she could have saved herself. The business executive. Once again, I'm going to do my quote. I think I'm going to actually do a video one day of like 15 movies that if you're into drag, you must watch and know. RuPaul said it, but I had already seen it. Which was Bette Midler in Big Business. Also, I seen Alexis Carrington. Also, I seen like, what was the lady's name that was the executive in Legally Blonde? Like, the point I'm making is this. They're like, I don't see you running anybody's company dressed like that. Bitch, where? First of all, we know BenDeLaCreme does throwback looks. Second of all, that was 80s power suit, the house down boots. That was for a cocktail party. Whose fucking cocktail party? No, it wasn't. It was very specific. It was very 80s business suit. But you an executive, you got money, so you ain't necessarily always going to be suited and booted like this. You going to have the good shit. Okay? Or maybe she was a fashion executive. Anything. I'm not buying that wasn't executive. It might not have been 21st century executive, but 80s, early 80s, mid 80s, yeah. And then the third look was the Dripping in Jewels Eleganza. I would have liked to have seen a gown, but it was very de la. It's what she does. It's where she lives. I thought it was very cute. Now, Bianca Del Rio got Sapphire. Her banshee look. She said herself Mary J. Blige, and I'm like, yeah, not that hair and not that bow. But the rest of the look, yeah. But what was so much more different than Bianca's than Ben's? Really? Except for the fact that Bianca's looked better. She looks better in hers. But she had on a poofy jacket with some black shorts and a black top. Okay. Bianca's business. Now, Bianca, the first time she had on black and gold. This time, Bianca had on a blue suit reminiscent of Chanel. Yeah, businesswoman. See it. Got it. I don't know if she brought that, but if she hurried up and sewed that bitch together, she's a bad bitch. And then her dress. I didn't love it. I've seen better dresses from her, but it wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was done well. It had sapphire rhinestones on it. We thought we was going to see something different. She wear a gown every goddamn week, and this is Eleganza. What the fuck else did y'all think she was going to put on? Like, seriously, did you think she was going to come out in a bodysuit? Like, what? I don't understand. Darien Lake. Oh, good Lord, Darien. Way to negate everything I've been saying about you on every single one of these reviews. How does one miss the mark so far? I gave you praise on the 90s hip-hop challenge because you had on the patent leather trench coat with the chain and the asymmetrical hair. How do you go from that to a fucking disco jumpsuit with some ugly-ass white shoes on and thought that that was Banshee? No, that was terrible. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. Like, you should... That was terrible. You was better off wearing a pair of them jeans that you brought and cutting them off in the shorts. Like, that was horrible. Her second look, business executive. Bitch, the leather jacket wasn't even a leather blazer. You could have got away with executive and kind of played with the same thing Ben did and said 80s and 90s if it would have been a leather suit. Because that was big back then. Like, leather is acceptable in the business world if it was a leather skirt. Or if it was a leather blazer. Bitch, you had on some slacks, that same green sequence ass shirt, and a black leather jacket. What business executive is wearing that? Ooh. That's what I get for talking about Darien Lake. Now my cakes and rolls is all flying out. But no. And then her dripping in jewels eleganza, I didn't have the same problem everybody else had with it. Like, they're like, but it's sagging. But she big. That's where her coochie really would be at. That's what... It's sad to say, but that's where fat girls' coochies be at. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Like, it was under her gut. Well, that's where the coochie be at. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. I wonder what her dress looked like before because I didn't care for the taupe color. Her previous dress, I think, was more gold in color. But whatever. Adore. Adore had diamond. I'm sorry, did I forget to mention that Darien had topaz and nothing else she had on was gold? Okay, I just said that. Adore. Her Banshee girl was good. However, once again, just like Dela and Bianca, bitch had on a fur coat. She on a puffy coat, a tank top, some jean shorts, some knee boots. She was selling it. Like, yeah, that worked. That worked. It was definitely the most Banshee out of everybody. It worked. I'm going to get into that in a second. Her executive realness was executive realness. This is where I have a problem at, and this is when I be like, this is where the rewatch value gets bad for me. I think I said that last week. How is it that when Roxy Andrews on All Stars did a makeover challenge that was a ball, so they had to come up with 3 different looks as a makeover challenge, with an elderly woman, her grandmother, and she had on a tailored black pantsuit with a cream turtleneck. The makeup and hair was flawless, and y'all read her for filth. But Adore got on a black suit that was not tailored, a white blouse, a black wig that wasn't no better than this one. And this one ain't even a wig. This is a half wig. That's why the hairline is so hard. My real hair is supposed to be over this. And that was A-O-fucking-K. Her dripping in eleganza look. I will be the first person to say that it was cute. It was cute. However, at the end of the day on a sewing challenge, the person that won glued some rhinestones to a corset and made a fucking tutu. Bottom line. And she won. What? What? But Ben's outfit looks cheap. What? Okay. Now. Courtney. I disagree with the judges that Courtney's look was not Banshee. Why wasn't it? Adore had on jean shorts. She had on jean shorts. She had on all the gold jewelry. She had on the bamboo earrings. And why? Because she had a plaid shirt tied around her waist. Anybody remember a little known rap artist named The Notorious B.I.G. who had this barely popular song called Juicy, where he said, back when I used to have the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match, motherfucker, we wear plaid. We was wearing plaid then. I don't understand why, because she had a plaid shirt tied around her waist, which, let me let you know, very Banshee. Bitches was tying shirts around the waist. That was the fucking look back then. That is really no different than what Halle Berry had on in Strictly Business. That is not a drag reference movie. That's just a black movie before Halle Berry got on. But how is that not Banshee? Even she said, I got on Babu earrings. That don't make you Banshee. But her whole look was, this is some hip-hop history for you. This has nothing to do with drag. There was an affiliate of Naughty by Nature flavor unit, Queen Latifah's label. His name was Apache. He had a song called Gangster Bitch. I would suggest for y'all to look that up because that song is the shit. I need a gangster bitch. A gangster bitch. But every bitch on the cover of the album, every bitch in the video was dressed like Courtney Act. So fuck what you talking about, Michelle Visage. You ain't know all and see all of everything just because you dip and dabble and don't know what's happening and try to make it wherever you live. A rap song on the Bodyguard soundtrack does not Banshee make. So, I disagreed with that one. Her second look, I have more of a problem with her second look being business way more than I had with BenDeLaCreme. What office do she work at with a sequence blazer, a skirt barely covering her ass, and a see-through bustier? What office is you working in wearing that? That was not an outfit for anybody's boardroom except for in Charlie's Angels or a porno spoof of some movie where she was supposed to be the executive. There's no way you're walking in anybody's boardroom with that little ass skirt on and the see-through bustier with a blazer on top of it. It's not going to happen. Finally, her dripping in jewels eleganza. She had on a bra with some fabric and a belt. Sorry about it. Y'all were just so enthralled because the red glitter face paint and the black wig was cute, but guess what? Chad Michaels already did that with gold. It wasn't fucking original. Oh, because Courtney got on black hair? Good for her. She had on a bra with some fabric wrapped around with a belt. And the fabric wasn't even hemmed. Again, the more and more I talk about it and the more and more I think about it, I see why I stopped reviewing on this fucking season. I see why I stopped reviewing on this season. It's bullshit. So, Adore won a sewing challenge by making a tutu and gluing some rhinestones to a corset. Alright. And your bottom two were Darien and BenDeLaCreme again. So Adore won. Darien should have been in the bottom. Based off of the critiques, a mixed bag. Because if y'all didn't really feel like her hip-hop was hip-hop, I disagree with that. But this is what you guys said, the judges. Her hip-hop, her Banshee girl wasn't Banshee, it wasn't hood, it was rocker. Y'all gonna read Ben for her boardroom not looking like anybody's boardroom, but Courtney looked like a porn star playing a sexy executive. And her dripping in jewels was a bra with some unfinished fabric wrapped around with a belt. And you mean to tell me y'all thought BenDeLaCreme deserved to be in the bottom over Courtney Act? No. Which, to go backwards on some other stuff, shouldn't have been BenDeLaCreme and Darien Lake anyway, because Darien Lake beat her in lip sync the first fucking time. She beat her again this fucking time. So, I say that to say this. The finale is next week. I have 3 days of the new edition miniseries. I have Riverdale, which I'm very super excited about. We got Trump being about to be sworn in. I'm done. I cannot believe I'm going to quit on this season for the second time. I'm going to quit on this season the second time. I made it further than I did the first time, but I'm going to quit on this season for the second time. I got too much other stuff that I'm actually interested in watching. I feel like these reviews of this season are starting to get very nasty and negative. And don't get me wrong, we all love a good read, bitch. And the library is always open over here 24/7, 365. However, I don't want it to be that. I'd rather just wait for season 9. So that's what I'm going to do. So this will be the last RuPaul's Drag Race review until then. Or at least until we find out who the girls are for sure. I may do a review of that. But as far as RuVealed Season 6, that's fire. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. Opportunity for prizes. For the person who is the first to respond down below with which movie that little I quit bit came from is going to win a Pynk Lady or T-Bird custom hat. Now, of course, you're going to have to let me know which one you want. I'm not going to assume because you're female you want Pynk Ladies. I'm not going to assume because you're male you want T-Birds. Because this is an open space. We are talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. And I have seen men with hats to say Mary. So you might want a hat to say Pynk Ladies. I don't know. You have a choice. So you guys let me know. I'll let you know if you win. And then we'll get into the schematics of how I'll have you get your information to me so that can be sent out to you. But this is the first contest. So first person that can tell me that. And don't cheat and try to Google it either. Because you're not going to find it. And anyway, thank you so much for rocking with me through the majority of RuVealed. As always, if you're not a Pynk Lady or a T-Bird and you're just happen to be watcher of my shit, feel free to become one today by clicking on that little button right there. It looks like me as Sailor Moon, but skinnier. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. I'll see you guys with whatever video is next, hopefully. If not, I'll see you guys for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9, which I think is sooner rather than later because they're getting rid of a lot of episodes on Hulu. So, thank you. Deuces.